I have to update my profile. We're actually been married coming up on our 38th anniversary here in November, at the end of November. And people ask me how I did it, and I tell them that we just don't quit. We don't give up on each other, and I think that's a great philosophy to take in life in general. Once you set your sights on something, then quitting is just simply not an option. You just got to keep on going, and as an obstacle gets in your way, you find a way over, under, around, or through, or you get out the dynamite and just blow it up. The main thing is that you just adopt the mindset that you're not going to be denied your objective. And that's the way Debbie and I have approached our marriage. We, of course, always think in the long term. We made a commitment forever, and each and every day, everything we do is oriented towards that forever goal. And that can spread out to all areas of life, and that's the way that I've tried to live my life. It's served me well, and of course, it's thrown a few challenges along the way. Didn't really mean to get into that area of speaking today, but it is worthy of taking note, and that as I steer it into to how we build our MyNetworkingPro business, is to really make that long-term commitment, and I realize that a lot of us come from a situation where we've been working for somebody else our entire lives, and a lot of us, let's face it, we don't really have a complete understanding of what it's like to actually own a business and to operate a business. And one of the first major differences that you'll encounter as you start working in your own business is that you discover that there's really no boss there to tell you what to do. Now, there are mentors that can make suggestions, but basically you're the captain of your own ship and you make all the decisions as to what's going to be done. And of course, before you do anything, you got to figure out where you're going. I mean, you don't leave the port without charting a course. And the problem is that in your particular journey towards your goal, you have a general map, perhaps, of where you are and where you want to be, but the area between the 2 points is really largely uncharted. You're going to have to basically blaze your own trail because everybody's path to their own vision of success, and it's different for every individual too, is going to be different. And so as you start working towards your goal, for one thing, you're going to need a way to measure your progress. Because if you just decide, okay, I'm going to go to this place somewhere over the horizon and start walking in that general direction, unless you have a compass and a way to measure how far you've come and how far it is to go before you reach your destination, then it's going to be easy to get distracted along the way, and perhaps even to the point where you lose sight of your original objective and end up being sidetracked and living in a little one-horse town in the middle of the desert for the rest of your life, so to speak. And so it's important to always keep your focus on where you want to be, and hopefully you have an understanding in your own business of what you need to do to get yourself there. And in our particular business, there's a lot about it that makes it very unique compared to everybody else. And of course, now I'm talking about MyNetworkingPro. If you're here to learn about business in general, a lot of this applies to what you're doing for that as well. But primarily, we're talking about MyNetworkingPro, and that is that we have a business that is the kind of business that you don't really have to sell. The people that want and need what MyNetworkingPro has to offer them are probably going to recognize what that is right off the bat if we can get them to the community, to get them to make a profile and start engaging people on the live news feed. Because I can almost guarantee you that anybody that has a business mindset and an idea of how to conduct business, and especially how to network with people, are going to see a literal gold mine in MyNetworkingPro because of the capabilities that we give people to connect with each other on a level that you're not going to find anywhere else in any of the other business social networks online. I mean, if you start making comparisons to, let's say, Facebook, for example, there's a very tight set of rules on Facebook on what you can and cannot do, and there's a lot more cannots than cans as far as Facebook is concerned as to how you can promote a business there. And you have to kind of walk a tightrope there, or you suddenly find yourself getting booted out of there and having to start from scratch with a new username. If you're able to get in, sometimes they'll block your IP address, and it can get kind of nasty if you break Facebook's rules. But here at MyNetworkingPro, we more believe in freedom of the ability to promote your business. Now, some people have told me, well, gee, MyNetworkingPro is full of spammers. And I say, well, no, spam is something that you receive when you didn't ask for it. And when you join MyNetworkingPro, you're kind of asking for it. You're asking to be contacted by other business people, and that's a good thing if you're in a networking business, because you want to know about other people's business, what they're doing, what their business is, and what it entails. Now, a lot of people try to find people to bring to MyNetworkingPro using methods that I'll say they're a little bit less than honest sometimes. Bill Weber is a master of the reverse marketing method, where we find somebody that's approaching us with their business, and then we talk about their business and how MyNetworkingPro pertains to that and how it can help them. Now, some people have gotten a bit creative with that, and they've taken the reverse marketing to levels that kind of cross the line as far as honesty is concerned. And I've seen it done a few times where people will say, well, gee, I'm interested in joining your business when they contact those people. And that's not really telling the truth, because let's face it, you're not really necessarily interested in joining their business, but a lot of folks think that that's the only way that you're going to be able to get the ear of the person that you're trying to talk to. And I recommend not doing that. It's not honest, and if you begin a relationship with a lie, the relationship will end when that lie is uncovered. So let's keep it honest, folks. I mean, it's okay to tell somebody that you're interested in their business. That's a perfectly proper way to start the conversation with people. But I strongly advise telling people that, oh, it looks like a good business, maybe I'll get involved. That's leading them down a primrose path that's going to blow up in your face sooner or later. So I strongly recommend keeping it honest. There are plenty of ways to talk to people without misleading them. And I found in my own personal experience that at the beginning of the relationship, the less you say, the better. I myself was guilty at the very beginning of when I was talking to people, trying to tell them every single detail about MyNetworkingPro, and basically trying to tell them everything that they would discover for themselves once they've gotten to the site and had a chance to do some interaction with some people there. And so I've discovered that the best way to get people interested is just to tell them a little bit and to pique their curiosity, because once they want to find out what MyNetworkingPro is all about, then they're going to start looking at it through their own eyes. And one of the problems with trying to basically give the 30-minute, the 45-minute, or 2-hour presentation, depending on how far you refined it, is that you're going to lose them with so much information. They're going to think, oh, here's another one of those things where there's just so much information to absorb that I'll never absorb it all, so I'm not even going to give it a try. But if you simply let them know that, hey, here's something that I think you're going to find really interesting that's going to help your business, and just stop it there and let them start asking questions. They'll tell you what they're looking for. It may take an extended conversation, perhaps 3 or 4 conversations before they actually get to the point where they'll actually visit your link. So another thing that I do when I'm talking to people is that I don't necessarily take no as no. I try to take that as simply an indication that they either don't know enough about MyNetworkingPro or it just isn't the right time for them. But I don't know of any honest-to-goodness, serious, business-minded person out there who doesn't want to gain more exposure for their business, and especially when it's to business-minded people. I mean, for heaven's sakes, all of the big gurus constantly preach, build a list of people. Well, what's that list for? it's a list of people who are interested in buying or joining what you have to offer them, and building that list is a kind of a sorting process where basically you want a list full of people who are interested in being in business. Well, guess what? MyNetworkingPro has a membership database of over 500,000 people, and what do all those people have in common? An interest to make money online, to be in business for themselves. So instead of focusing on building a list, which you should do anyway, but if you're wanting to put the throttle to the firewall and get right to those people that actually are business minded, there's nothing better than joining MyNetworkingPro to do that. And as we start talking to people and letting them know what that they can do that at MyNetworkingPro, and they can even do that, and especially they can do that as a free member, then that's really going to get their attention. It's going to get them on board, and they're going to want to sign up. And of course, once they sign up, then your job really begins, because as it's been said many times, the fortune is in the follow-up. In many MLM-type businesses, the sign-up is the last official act that many people actually take. They'll sign up, you never hear from them again, and they never hear from their sponsor again. And I've been talking to a number of people that I've met through the news feed and the live chat, where they've told me that I tell them, well, gee, are you making any money with MyNetworkingPro? And says, no, you can make money here, and so. I said, well, haven't you been speaking with your sponsor? He says, no, I've sent them a bunch of emails, but they never answer my emails. And I think, my goodness, somebody's dropping the ball here and missing the opportunity that they went to the trouble of advertising and signing somebody up, and they could have lost literally a fortune by simply not having their ears open and opening the emails in their inbox as people start signing up. I mean, for heaven's sake, each and every one of us, when we get a new sign up, we get that email. At least I know I do, and I really love seeing those emails that come in 2 or 3 times a week that X number of people have joined your team, and it's a real motivator, because I know that I didn't put all of those people in my organization by myself, that other energetic people downline and upline are doing that for me. And so I try to reach out to any and all of the people that reach out to me. And if you're going to assume the responsibilities of actually sponsoring somebody into this business, or just bringing them into MyNetworkingPro to promote their business, then I consider it my responsibility as their sponsor to give them what they want, to give them what they signed up for. Because once they receive that, then they're going to start opening their mind to the other possibilities that MyNetworkingPro offers to them. I always consider everybody to be a customer when they first sign up, because more likely than not, they signed up to promote an existing business. And I know a lot of folks promoting MyNetworkingPro immediately jump on the money-making bandwagon. And if your prospect is leaning in that direction where they're showing dissatisfaction with their current business, fine, I would approach them from that angle, or at least from an additional income angle. But most of them are going to sense that pressure, and they're going to turn around and head for the exit as fast as they signed up. And that's why it's important to listen, to answer their emails, to try and talk to them on Skype, or if they're already on the site, to engage them in the live chat. The live chat is an amazing tool that Bill and Matt and the programmers have given us to actually be able to talk to people just as soon as they come online, especially if they're in our own organization and we've reached out and hit that add to chat button, which I recommend doing, especially for people in your own organization. And I know that there will be further trainings on that. I'm running up on the wall here on my allocated time, don't want to go over. One thing I do want to say before I sign off here, and that is that a number of us leaders have been working together behind the scenes to bring you some really cool stuff. It's kind of a, you want to jump in on there? Did I hear somebody adding something there? Okay, I'll continue. And that is that if all goes well, we're hoping to introduce a new feature. And again, this isn't officially sponsored by MyNetworkingPro, but we're going to make it available to all of our membership, and that is that we're going to start doing webinars, hopefully during the first week of September. We still have a few details to iron out, but what we'll be able to do with these webinars is to be able to reach those people that are in different time zones or not terribly reachable by telephone, and to be able to get them to information that will help them decide whether or not MyNetworkingPro is something they want to become involved with, and also that will, with recordings of the webinars being made available, we'll also be able to reach those people in time zones where it's the middle of the night when we conduct our regular calls, our overview calls, and our training calls, because the whole idea is to make this a worldwide business, and we already are. And I think that once we start expanding our ability to communicate worldwide 24/7, 365, we're going to see a new dimension that the business has been waiting for. And so with that little teaser, I'll step aside and hand it back over to Bob and Janine, and thank you for your kind attention, and look forward to seeing you on the newsfeed.
Thanks a lot, Don. That means quite a bit. Some of the things that you reach out and teach people, it helps out. And one thing I wanted to add to what Don said was a lot of times when somebody sits there, and it is about honesty, it's about the people. When they sit there and send me, an offer about the business, a lot of times what I'll do, I will let them know right away that I'm not interested in building another business. But what I will do is a lot of times I'll let them know that I'll share with other connections that I may have. And what I'll do is I'll take their link, I'll go to some of my other sites that I advertise on, I'll share it with my other people that I'm involved with, because there may be somebody else out there that wants to join that business even though I don't. So guys, just kind of keep that in mind. That you can do that as well. If you don't want to be involved, you can always share, but like Don said, just always be honest about, whether you do or do not. Because this kind of business is all about, the people and reaching out and sharing things. And
exactly,
also,
Bob, if I could interject just a little bit, jumping back in here, what I found to be really cool is when you're calling somebody up, let's say that you have a leads list, for example, and you know that the leads list has probably been overworked, and they're probably already in the business. Very often, I'll call them up and say, I see that you've been interested in making money online, and I realize that you probably already joined a business, and so I'm not really going to even try to get you into any kind of a business today, but as a fellow business owner, I just wanted to kind of compare notes with you and to share with you some of the things I found to make my business grow, and just to get to know a fellow business owner and figure out the lay of the land. And when you do that, the pressure comes off of them, and they don't feel like they're being sold, and they'll actually open up, and you start talking business owner to business owner and building a relationship that normally, if you were to coming at them with a money-making angle, that wall would still be there, but that wall goes away when you come at them, so to speak, with that kind of a mindset.
Exactly, Don, exactly. And I appreciate you bringing that forward. And guys, with that being said, we have another gentleman that, a lot of you know, that, basically started this business, without a computer. He's reached out to many, many people. He makes videos online. He's been with MyNetworkingPro for quite some time. And, does a lot around on the site, and has a lot of things that he can share with you as well. And with that being said, Terry, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you on this call. Great words indeed, Don. We really appreciate that. And just to add on a little bit of what Don was mentioning, is the relationship process of actually helping the other individual and helping them succeed in what their goals are as a result of, possibly of what you have to benefit them and add to them, that alone will actually create a stronger bond between you two. And, hey, who knows, things may be able to evolve to the point to where, you guys are in a business deal, later on in the future, that's really recurring some huge income and it all pretty much started from the relationship that you could have formed or that you did form here in My Networking Pro. So, just kind of pretty much look at it in a long-term beneficial way when you're networking with other individuals. And I've actually networked with people many times that specialize in certain areas of marketing, and as a result of connecting with them, I was able to get what I was seeking for in terms of, a new way or a different angle of approaching certain things. So, it offers tremendous benefits as a result of doing that. And, of course, some of the money will roll in as a result, so allow that to be like the reward that you'll be getting as a result of putting in the time and building the relationship. So, yes, that's, I didn't want to, actually, also, something else I wanted to bring up as well. In regards to building or sponsoring people into your organization, the fact of actually giving them a call and welcoming yourself on as a result of, firsthand meeting an individual, and you get to learn so much more about them in broad detail that could be able to, allow you to take this individual further on in his or her goals here on My Networking Pro. And to make that phone call directly within that same day of them joining offers, great benefits as well, because, especially if an individual has joined your organization, you're still online marketing, just send them a welcome letter. Also, if they create a profile, send them a message there as well, but then give them a call right after that, because chances are they're still at home, because they just joined. So you'll have a greater chance of actually reaching them on the phone and speaking with them. So I definitely do that as often as possible, because by doing this, you'll be able to get that real quick answer from them instead of waiting days upon days for them to return your call if they don't answer. So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, stay focused on your goals, stay focused on your dream and what you're looking to achieve here in My Networking Pro. They will definitely happen. It's going to take work in doing that, and the time is definitely needed. So, it's always going to be some ups and downs in business. Just take those downs as learning experiences to get back up, and you'll just continue moving forward and continue progressing. So with that information, I want to pass the call back over to Bob. Everyone have a fantastic day.
Thanks a lot, Terry, for sharing that. And I wanted to bring across to you guys, it's very important that, even though we sponsor everybody in, if there's other members that come on, the live feed with questions, we do not have to stick with just who we sponsor. We can reach out to those other members as well. Just because we didn't sponsor them, that's how some of these people get help, is by, some of the leaders or other people who know how My Networking Pro works. A lot of times if nobody reaches out to them, of course they're going to leave My Networking Pro because, they're reaching out for help. And, so we kind of need to try to address that. And I know some of us already do, but I'm just reinforcing that again with everybody, that, whether we sponsor them or not, we can help them out because, maybe they can't get a hold of their sponsor, or maybe they don't know where to go, especially being new to the site. I know when I was new, I constantly, contacted my sponsor, and sometimes if I couldn't get a hold of my sponsor, I'd reach out to other people on the live feed. That's what the live feed is for, and that's why we're constantly talking about the live feed. And I've noticed lately, with us bringing some of that up, there's more people on the live feed. That live feed is one of the most important things that Matt and Bill have given us, because we're able to reach out, share our thoughts, share what we've learned with others, and for everybody to learn. There's so much here of My Networking Pro that, that has been given to us, on a continuous basis. Matt and Bill's always trying to, give us more, and they don't charge us more. And there's a lot of businesses out there that, if they give us more things to use, they're going to charge more for the resource. Our resources, they're free. There are no extra charges for the things that are given to us. And, as long as we're, always honest, basically reaching out to members, teach them everything we can, they're going to want to stick around a lot longer. And, like Don had mentioned, we've kind of done, we've been doing some different things to try to bring more things to My Networking Pro. And, of course, the webinars, like Don had said, we're trying to put those together so we can reach out, because there's a lot of members from other countries or other places that are not able to either get on the calls or able to reach out at times that some of us are sleeping. They're at different time zones, and if we can find something to bring those people from those other countries over and to keep them involved with My Networking Pro, it's going to make My Networking Pro a lot better, as a whole company. And, if there are some new callers on the line, if you don't already know or you have not spoken to your sponsor, you can go to the back office. In the back office, we have many, many tools back in there to where you can start clicking. You're not going to make any accidents. You're not going to erase your site. You're not going to do any harmful things. But there are many things you can pull up in the back office, and that's where you can find out about your sponsor. Your sponsor and your sponsor are located in the back office. There are advertising tools we can use. Bill has a lot of things in there to where he teaches us how to run our business. And if everybody utilizes the back office and what the Bill constantly puts on the live feed, to reach out to do whatever you can, there are many things Bill constantly puts on that live feed. And if we all pay attention, we can make our business very, very successful. It's not just to one person can make their business successful. Any one of us can, if we try. And with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the calls that we do have, and I hope you keep coming back. And Janine, I'll pass the call back over to you.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Terry, and thank you, Don. And I'm going to just give you guys a few names of some people that can help if we didn't answer all your questions today. And if, of course, you have more questions. First, we have Bill Weber. He's our network advisor. And his username on MyNetworking Pro is Megalodon, spelled Megladon. He has an 8-minute business overview call that you can three-way people into just to learn a little bit more about what this is all about. The telephone number is 212-990-7267. And if you have any questions about how to build a MyNetworking Pro business, you can always shoot Bill an email. If he doesn't answer you, just email him again. His email address is mynetworkingpro@gmail.com. Bill gets a lot of emails, so just give him some time to answer. And you also heard from Bob Judd. Bob has been very helpful. He's been, so knowledgeable. He's become the leader of this organization. Bob's username on MyNetworking Pro is bjudd, spelled B like boy, Judd. You also heard from Terry Walker. Terry usually does our Wednesday business compensation plan. You want to hear him? If you want to contact him on MyNetworking Pro, his username is Rich2Kid, spelled RICH2KID. You also heard from Don Hill. Don is very, very knowledgeable in this business. You can always contact him if you have any questions. His username on MyNetworking Pro is Don Hill, DONHILL. Of course, you can contact me anytime. My name is Janine Mercer, and my username on MyNetworking Pro is Jamsline, spelled JAMSLINE. And I want to invite everyone to get more and more knowledge on Wednesday nights. Wednesday, our call is going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be on the same number, same PIN number. You're going to learn more about how this business works and how you can use it to your advantage and how you can also earn an income. With that said, I want to wish everyone a happy, not a happy, but a great weekend, and I want to say good night, everyone.
As always, some great information from Don and Terry. And if you're watching this, I recommend you get with us. And if you're not a member of MyNetworking Pro, you can join for free today. Like you heard, you can get some fantastic free training. You can advertise your business and network with over 800,000 MyNetworking Pro members across the globe. So I will leave a few links down in the description of this video, and if you're interested, you can email me right here on YouTube, or you can get in contact with me through MyNetworkingPro at my mail. Username's Tim's Place. And as always, have a great day, everyone.